We were crying, celebrating, telling our kids that they were going to have their own rooms. We gave our landlord 30 days notice. Oh my God. We started packing. We even picked out paint colors. And 2 weeks later, our agent called back. The bank had changed the terms. They now wanted $15,000 more than our original offer. Welcome to the Fitze Is Right, where I tell you real stories about real estate deals and all the things buyers, sellers, and even agents should know about before it's too late. Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a viewer submitted story that I'm going to read and react to. And
it's a crazy one.
Is it a crazy one? All right.
There we go.
This is great. Hi, Jen. I love the podcast. Thank you. I have a story that I still lose sleep over, and it happened almost 4 years ago. My wife and I found what we thought was our dream home, a beautiful 4-bedroom colonial in a great school district listed at $285,000. Well, gosh, is that in Maryland? We couldn't believe the price. It was easily $75,000 to $100,000 under what everything else in the neighborhood was selling for. Okay, there's no red flags there. Our agent told us it was a short sale and that the process would take longer than a normal purchase, but that the deal would be worth the wait. She said to just be patient.
Right off the bat, 285 in a neighborhood where everything else is 360, 385 plus. What are you thinking?
That's a complete red flag.
Why?
They're hiding something. Something's wrong that...
Because they wouldn't, why would they want to
Why
do that?
would they undercut themselves all that money?
Yeah.
Like there's a reason it's priced that way.
And the price being low, when the agent says this might take longer with a short sale, what does that even mean?
Short sales are very long. Like it is not short. I mean, I had one that took a year. Like they're not for everyone. They take a very long time. I mean, months and months and months of weekly, if not daily contact with the seller's mortgage lender.
A long sale.
A very long sale. It's not a short sale. Okay. We didn't fully understand what a short sale meant at that time. Our agent explained it briefly. The seller owed more on the mortgage than what the house was worth, so the bank had to approve the sale at a loss. She made it sound so simple. She said it usually takes a couple extra months. We figured, okay, we can wait an extra couple months for a house that's $100,000 under market value. This seemed like an amazing deal.
A couple extra months, is that accurate?
I've had them like 3 months, but then I've had them up to a year. So because a bank can review all the seller's finances and then come back and deny it. So you've waited like 6 months and then it gets denied. Like they're like, no, we won't approve the offer that was submitted. So then you have to so then they counter offer. And then it's like, oh, okay. So then you like renegotiate and then it's like another month or two and you can't have inspections or anything until all that's done. So you could finally get an approval like 8 months later, have inspections and the house could be crap and you walk away.
So you're playing a long game and a lot of guessing.
Yeah, like you have to literally be happy where you are and not absolutely like love or be 100% in.
Just be like, oh, it'd be cool if I got that deal.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
Yeah.
And the seller has no word in it. It's fully with the bank.
Correct, because they're the ones taking a loss. And if they have 2 mortgages, like a first and a second, then you're dealing with 2 approvals.
That's stressful.
Yeah, and usually they're late on their HOA as well, and like water bill.
Nice.
So all that has to be like negotiated.
Do you think it's more normal for the agent to try to like make it sound easy to the buyers, or would you explain all that to someone?
Oh, I definitely would explain everything, but a lot of people don't know what they are until you actually get in it. Like I used to be the short sale queen in the office. I did all the short sales, and then you had to have a certain designation and education to do short sales in the office because not everybody can do them or knows how to do them properly. Okay. We submitted our offer in March. Our agent said we should hear back within 30 to 60 days. 60 days passed, nothing. 90 days passed, nothing. Our agent kept saying the bank is reviewing it and these things take time. We couldn't get a straight answer from anyone. Meanwhile, we were living in a tiny apartment with 2 kids month to month on our lease because we thought we'd be moving soon. Our landlord raised our rent twice during this period because we kept going month to month. We were paying an extra $400 a month in rent. By month 5, we still hadn't heard anything.
Wait. 90 days and nothing. Would you
90 days
throw
and
a
nothing.
red flag there?
No.
You think that's still normal?
Yeah.
But the $400 extra in rent,
That's
what
a
would you
lot.
recommend the buyer to do at this point if you were their realtor?
I would either we have because you have to keep extending the settlement date. So I would be like, okay, this is the last extension. And then we're walking.
Okay.
We just can't wait any longer.
And what's happening
Because
on
some
the bank
banks
side?
take longer than other banks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but when you call them to get information, if you can't understand what they're saying, you have to hang up and call back until you find someone that you do understand.
Yeah.
Trying to be nice about it and not, and they won't give you any of their their direct contact line or their direct email. And up until, it may still be, I haven't done a short sale in a long time, but you had to fax all the information. It was 100+ page package you had to fax over to them, and you had to number every page, and you had to put the account number at the top and the name, every single page. And if something was missing, they're not calling to tell you. You have to call and call and call, and finally they were like, oh, this was uploaded and this is missing this, and then you got to re-upload the whole thing again.
Why don't they want to also sell the house as the bank? Why are they not?
They do. I mean, it's better to short sale it than foreclose on it. But I think when there was a lot of short sales, I think the banks still really didn't know what they were doing. So they were just winging it too.
So they
had so many of them.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
So they were just piles on their desk. I mean, I even researched at one point. I could not get a hold of this guy. And I went on LinkedIn, I went on Facebook, I sent him messages on all those things because he just wouldn't. He was great, and then he ghosted. And I was like, no, we got to get this done.
Did you get in contact with him?
Fine, yeah. I don't care.
I'll find a way.
I will find out where you are. All right, by month 5, we still hadn't heard anything. Our agent started getting harder to reach. Well, that's not good. She would take days to respond to texts. When I'd call, she'd say she left a message with the bank's loss mitigation department but hadn't heard back. We later found out she had never dealt with a short sale before. Shocker. She was Googling the process as we were going through it. Oh, God. We had no idea. At month 7, the bank finally responded, but not to approve our offer. They assigned a completely new negotiator to the file, and the entire review process started over from scratch. And you know that they did that because the first person quit.
Yeah, probably.
That's what happens. And then they got to start all over again.
And you just keep waiting.
And you just keep waiting.
So an agent never have done a short sale before. How do you feel about that one?
I don't know. No. As a buyer's agent, it's not as hateful because as long as they are educated and know the process. And if you're the listing agent, you really need to explain the process to them if they don't know what they're doing. But as a listing agent, absolutely do not do a short sale.
If you don't know.
If you don't know what you're doing. Because they're the mortgage fraud and all, you have to have the hardship and you have to have all these things that line up to make it even can you even do one? And certain forms from every single bank that have to be submitted, and you have to know what those forms are. And
would you do one today if it came in your inbox?
Yes.
But you have experience. So
yes. It's been a while though.
Yeah.
But there are short sales out there now, but it's people that bought in 21 and 22 and overpaid.
Yeah.
Along with everybody else and have to move.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Being 7 months in, where's your brain at now? If you were talking to these buyers, what are you saying?
Just please walk away.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. This deal isn't worth it. Because, so many short sales never even went through and then just got foreclosed on.
And now you're paying more every month. And
it's just not. At month 9, we finally got a verbal approval from the bank. Our agent called us screaming that we got it. The bank approved the short sale. Yay! We were crying, celebrating, telling our kids that they were going to have their own rooms. We gave our landlord 30 days notice. Oh my God. We started packing. We even picked out paint colors. Then 2 weeks later, our agent called back. The bank had changed the terms. They now wanted $15,000 more than our original offer. They said the property had been reassessed. We had to decide within 48 hours whether to pay the extra $15,000 or walk away after 9 months of waiting. Yes, because after they approve it, then the bank does their own appraisal.
So they can change it essentially. You don't
So
even know
they
if you're
can
getting
come
a
back
deal.
and be like, oh, well, it's really appraised a lot higher than what we had it for.
So they can do this if they want. What would you do if you were the buyer?
I would walk, run.
But they're still getting a deal if it's only $15,000.
Who cares?
You don't think it's
No.
Too
No,
much.
at this point, like you're paying all this extra money a month. Now you're gonna pay an extra $15,000. Like, and you haven't even had an inspection and you're giving notice to your landlord.
yeah.
Like they're like eaten away by termites.
Yeah. But this is also on the agent's side for them. Don't you feel like the agent should be
The agent
telling them
needs to
this?
be like educating them from the get.
Yeah.
Like it is not.
Not good.
Yeah, we didn't have $15,000. We had already spent months paying extra rent, paid for there was an inspection, paid for the inspection, paid for the appraisal, and had our savings set aside for closing costs and moving. Our agent said we should just pay it because we'd already waited so long. She said walking away now would mean we wasted almost a year. My wife wanted to walk. A little sensible on that. I wanted to find a way. We borrowed $8,000 from my parents and scraped together the rest. We agreed to the new price. The bank said they would send the final approval letter within 10 business days.
The agent saying just pay it because you've waited so long. What do you think about that?
The agent just wants to get it done. She's not thinking about them anymore and what's in their best interest. She's just like, can we please get this closed so I can
wants
get
money.
paid after all this time? Yes.
That's messed up.
10 business days passed, no letter, then 15, then 20. We called the bank. They told us the seller had filed for bankruptcy during the process, and the sale is now frozen by the court.
Did this happen to you?
No.
No.
Oh my. Everything was on hold indefinitely. Her agent didn't know this had happened. She found out when we told her. So now they're calling the bank as the buyers, which aren't allowed, and they're not allowed to give them any information.
Yeah.
So that's odd.
And the agent is not on top of it.
Well, the listing agent is supposed to be the one calling the
Right.
bank. Yeah. After 11 months of waiting, paying thousands in extra rent, borrowing money from family, and putting our entire lives on hold, the deal was dead. We never even got the house. We lost every dollar we spent on inspections, appraisal, and the months of extra rent. We eventually bought a different house 7 months later with a different agent. Well, that was very smart. It cost us $80,000 more than the short sale would have.
And at that point, like, you should have been done that.
Yeah, like you should have just bought a regular house to begin with.
Yeah. The seller filed for bankruptcy and nobody told them 11 months in. What do you say to this with everything they lost?
It's a bad situation. Like I feel for them because that's a lot of money and a lot of time. And the seller, I'm sure, knows the ways around to stop a foreclosure, to stop a short sale, to stop it all. They did bankruptcy. And a lot of people do that. Like one spouse will file and it holds things for 2 years. Then the next spouse files and it holds it for another 2 years. Then the first spouse files again.
Why does it hold it? What do you mean by that?
It stops the process. So like if you're like,
So they can stay in the house, but they don't get any negative repercussions doing that?
oh yeah, their credit and all that is shot.
Oh.
I mean, I had clients that lived in the house for 3 years, never made a payment
How can they not just come kick you out?
because you do bankruptcy, you file for bankruptcy. So then all your stuff has to be reevaluated.
But then you're
Yeah.
kind of screwed in your future endeavors of trying
Right.
to buy anything.
But your spouse can buy stuff the first time, and then once yours is discharged, then the next spouse will file their time, and so that it just
That's
keeps
messed up.
pushing
That's
it out.
messed up. So
I mean,
Jen,
they gave no consideration to these buyers at all
no, knowing they're being strung along for 11, for a year.
for a
basically.
year. and their poor kids and all this money, and they don't get any of it back.
No.
Like, none of it. You can try to go after the seller, but they've declared bankruptcy and they're not paying their mortgage. So good luck with that.
You're not getting anything. The writer the viewer said, Jen, what would you have done differently? Was there any way to protect ourselves, and is a short sale ever really worth it?
I would have definitely set a limit on how long to wait. I would also have made sure that the listing agent, both agents, knew what a short sale was and all the different steps that go into it. If everybody's just kind of like Googling how to do the process, then that is just like it's a run situation. And I mean, if the house is in bad shape too, like, I mean, that's a huge thing because you know, like if a lender goes in there, appraiser goes in there and they're like, hey, you got to fix this stuff. Like, you can't even move in
for longer.
You can't move in. Your loan won't get approved until like the mold is gone or whatever.
You've already told your landlord you had 30
I know,
days left.
30 days.
Yeah.
Like, you're living in the street.
Now you are homeless.
Now you're going to have to squat at the short sale. It's time to get down to the FAQs.
So we're going to kind of talk about what should have happened here from step by step, a little education for everyone listening. What actually a short sale is, and why the timeline might be more like 6 to 18 months, not just a couple extra months.
Okay, a short sale is when a seller owes more on the mortgage than what the current market value is. So when you buy high, and then when we had that crash in like 08 to 2010, 44% of sales during that time were foreclosures and short sales, were distressed properties. 44%. We're right now at like 3% in like
that's different.
The market. So you have to and not everybody gets approved to do a short sale. You have to have an actual hardship. You have to move more than 50 miles away from where you're living. Like, work has to move you, or you have to get a divorce, or there had to be a death, or like a tornado tore your roof off. Like, something had to happen. You can't just stop paying your mortgage and expect the bank to waive it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they have to review all of your finances. They want 2 years of all your tax returns and all your bank statements and all like incomes and all of it. Like, and if it doesn't show that you're in a hardship or distress, then you're not, pay your mortgage.
So it's a unique situation.
It's a very unique situation, and it is definitely not for every buyer either.
No. Talk about why you should never give notice on your apartment or start packing, picking out the paint, etc., before you have that final written approval from the bank.
Because as you can see from that story, you're not settling until you're settled. So I would not even give a notice till after a settlement.
No.
Not at all.
And always in writing.
You literally do nothing. You just are waiting because they've already waited so long. Yeah. Like, anything is going to happen. I mean, I had one where I think I might have told the story before, where we waited months and months and months, and it finally got approved. But then the seller was like, "Nah, I'm just going to stay." And so, like, my buyer had waited so long, and so she wrote him like this nice little letter, and they're like, "No." And then she finally was just sobbing, and they're like, "Okay, fine." And so then we settled on it.
Sometimes crying works.
I'm like, it was your problem to begin with.
Yeah.
She waited all this time. And then they're like, nah.
Yeah, no. Everything in writing.
Everything.
No
it's always in writing, and always have your time frame set. Like, it's like when you go to Vegas. Like, know how much you're going to gamble. Like, just don't keep doing 30-day extension, 30 extension, 30, because it just, no.
Not good. Have a strategy, okay?
Definitely have a strategy in place with a knowledgeable agent.
Talk about the sunk cost fallacy. So this idea of like, you've waited this long is the worst reason to just keep going, pay more, say yes to a house.
Yeah, it is not the mentality to have. Like, you have to literally look at the pros and cons. Like, you could be in a house in 30 days. Like, if you gave your landlord notice, you could literally be in a place, just not this one that you're under contract on.
Yeah.
So
talk about the importance of having an agent who's actually done these short sales before when you're working.
As we can see, it's a very complicated and lengthy process. There's a lot of education that goes into it. There is a lot of, from every single lender has different procedures and different forms that had to be filled out and different timelines. And you had to know like what every lender was doing. And then some lenders fell under, and then everything was transferred to a different lender, and it just, and they had, some people have portals, and some people you literally had to call them and get India, and you have to call back 1,000 times. You had to know every single, I mean, I would scream. I gave birth to my child. 30 minutes later, I kid you not, I was screaming at a short sale lender on the phone. And Chris was like, oh, she's back. Like,
she can't feel her legs.
I can't feel anything down there. But I was literally in my bed screaming at this lender.
That is hilarious.
It was awful. Like,
that's how Griffin was welcomed into the world.
I know. You just can't like give up on them. Like, if they just.
And you need a lender that does that. I mean, not a lender, and you need an agent.
An agent that's going to, I'm like, do I have to like go to Kansas, wherever you are? Because I will.
I will get this done. Talk about whether short sales are ever really worth it in today's current market.
I think so. I mean, it really depends on the condition of the house. It depends on your time frame, whether you have time to wait. Like if you're still living at home with your parents, you have that time.
Yeah.
You're not really like pressed to buy. And if you can get a semi-decent deal, then it might be worth the wait. But other times it's just cut your losses and just go and buy something else.
Now we're going to get into what your agent won't tell you. So everything about short sales from the agent side that no one else is going to say except Jen. Because Jen's really honest. All right. Jen.
Yes.
Talk about agents taking on transactions they have no experience with, not just short sales, just in general, because they don't want to lose a client. Is this good for an up-and-coming agent? Is this ever a good strategy?
No, it is not. I mean, you hear fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But you're dealing with people's financials, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like their livelihood.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know what you're doing, please, like at least just refer it to somebody else who does and get a referral fee out of it.
Yeah.
So you get something, but don't go in there and pretend that you know everything when you know absolutely nothing and you're Googling it in a car.
How would you recommend a new agent to learn these things without doing it that way?
Following around the other agents, like having a really good mentor, having somebody that you can learn from, just shadowing agents. I mean, I can call another agent now, 20 years in, and be like, hey, I need to revise my listing presentation. Do you mind if I go with you a couple of times to see how you do it? Like you're always having to like learn and change and modify, but when you're dealing with people and their whole like livelihood and all their finances, just refer it out. Like it's not worth it. It's not.
How can someone, if they feel a little awkward, ask the agent how many of these have you done before they commit? Like if I'm the buyer, how could I ask my agent, do you know what you're doing? Without sounding like an a-hole, basically. Yeah,
I mean, you can probably like get it from like the way that they talk.
Yeah.
First off, if they're just like blasé about it or just glossing over your questions and not answering them, then you probably already kind of get that feeling.
Are there certain questions you would recommend to ask that someone who's done it before would have a better answer to?
I guess just more of the details, like how long will it really take?
Yeah.
Like, and what is the process like during, like while we're waiting? Like, do we do anything? Do we have inspections while we're waiting? Do I do my stuff with my lender now? So then we're ready to go once we get the approval, or do I wait till after that? Like there's a whole,
So you think, to wrap it up, like if the person can't explain to you the process, the timeline, etc.,
then find somebody else.
All right.
Find somebody else that is more knowledgeable, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
To wrap it up, we have 4 rapid fire questions submitted by our viewers here today. So you have to answer in rapid fire.
Okay,
Speed.
I'm ready.
First one, true or false? A verbal improvement from the bank means the deal is done.
False.
Never believe
Everything
it.
has to be in writing.
What's the longest you've ever seen a short sale take?
A year.
God.
And it was 4 contracts.
Oh, God.
And it was Wells Fargo.
Interesting.
Just so you know.
So you know, if you could give one piece of advice to someone considering a short sale right now, what would it be?
As a buyer or a seller?
As a buyer.
I would really weigh the options on that.
Okay.
I would really check to make sure the agents are knowledgeable and make sure the house is, decent, and that the sellers really have a true hardship. Like they're not just like, I don't want to pay my mortgage.
Yeah.
And
And the last one, we kind of know your answer, but would you ever let one of your clients buy a short sale? And if so, what requirement would they need to have? Like it's a buyer, they want to do this short sale option.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at their time frame. I'm looking at to see whether they need to be out of place, whether they're handy and can make repairs to a house, whether they're, especially the first-time home buyers. I mean, it's like you go in there and you're like, am I going to be like the type of buyer that wants everything fixed, or like I'm okay like fixing that and that and that, because short sales are completely as is. Like there are no repairs. So it really depends on the person.
If you see red flags in the buyer, you see they're overly eager to move in, are you the agent that would say, we're not doing this? Or
I'm just going to explain to them and be like, hey, this is as is. So like when you see holes in the wall and mold and, the front door is falling off and just the deck is rotted, like that's all on you. Yeah. Like, do you really want this, or do you want to spend, $50,000 more and get a house where you don't have to do all of that stuff?
Yeah.
Next episode is going to be all the frequently asked questions from you, the viewers, and all about buying, selling house, everything fully transparent, open book here.
Brutal, honest,
brutal, honest. I will tell you everything, whether you want to hear it or not.